Y'all want to know what the reason is? I have plenty of reasons. All the knowledge from us in the beginning. So, we gotta stop being afraid to find out who we are as black people. We are the first ones on this planet. We can't be stopped. Get top. Guilty for the honor. Super strict like Brandy and from Wakanda. It's death for dishonor. And I put that on my mama. I like pussy. So they no shells after drama. My melanin, they're probably gonna turn down my volume. How the hell we gon' stop it from giving the people knowledge? Protected by ancestors, respected by gods and goddesses. Sitting around elders, elevating my consciousness. Stopping off like Tupac. I'm harder than a pot of grits. Got your heads rocking while your speakers steady knocking this. It's very obvious, this ain't something you learn in college. When it comes to black power, you can bring up the topic. I might be off of my rocket, but I know what's real. The European logic only won't be killed. So I'm never second guessing or changing my way of thinking. I'm never selling out and I'm never committing treason. If you gon' criticize my answers, then don't be asking my reasons. I'm speaking on racism as long as I'm still breathing. Last year it hit the 90s in summer and fall season. I was in the sun daily, sipping some cold tea. And not preaching, studying, then teaching, walking and then speaking. I got plenty of reasons, only for those listening and feeling that I ain't either. They keep us divided, united, they can't defeat us. Leading and not preaching, studying, then teaching, walking and then speaking. I got plenty of reasons, only for those listening and feeling that I ain't either. They keep us divided, united, they can't defeat us. I stay lifted off my feet when walking these cold streets while people get their nosebleeds in the presence of 5G. I order some hematite after chopping it up with beef. Protected from radiation from my braids to my feet. Surrounded by many snakes. It's the planet of the apes under heavy surveillance. Cause we enemies of the state. Carry a heavy load, pulling weight like a freight. When your third eye open, you open the pearly gates. I don't get in debates with the fake and those that hate, especially if you still asleep and you don't self-educate. Everything that we do, everything that we say, everything that we build, everything we create, these devils come and infiltrate with their fake handshake. Then they stab you in the back while they smiling in your face. They pollute the whole world, every city, every state, every country, every. I refuse to vaccinate. I don't care about Bill Gates or his ugly ass wife with a hyena face. Yeah, we star seeds, the verses that part seeds. Got knowledge to make a pastor change the sermon you preach. Leading and not preaching, studying then teaching, walking and then speaking. I got plenty of reasons, only for those listening and feeling that I ain't either. They keep us divided, united, they can't defeat us. Leading and not preaching, studying then teaching, walking and then speaking. I got plenty of reasons, only for those listening and feeling that I ain't either. They keep us divided, united, they can't defeat us.
Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. I greet you, and how I always greet you in the words of BB Fahodier. That was my brother right there. Shout out to my brother, Rashidi African DNA. Go over to his page on here. That song is called Plenty of Reasons. And we gotta support our real. We gotta support the real. You know, like Pop told us a long time ago. Support the real. Don't support the fake. Don't support these young thugs. Don't support these futures. Don't support, the people that agents of genocide. Plenty of reasons. I'm not gonna be long. I'm trying to make these videos shorter. Plenty of reasons to stand our ground. And it's funny that when we mention stand our ground, the Europeans or others in this matter, because sometimes they don't even have to be just a straight up European or a white boy or a white woman. Everybody can stand their ground. Okay. They can gun us down and say they felt threatened, depending on where they at. And some of them will say, well, they had the right to shoot. They stood their ground. And what's tripping? What's trippy to me is if you say you don't want to take this vaccine, they instantly say you're anti-vaxxer. If you stand up to racism, like I posted on my Facebook this morning, Obasi Kente, they say you anti-American or you anti-whatever. Or in Dave Chappelle's case, who I agree with the statement, but I don't rock with him because he's married to another. Hold the line. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. I'm not gonna get off on that. But okay, I was just checking the message. I was just checking the message. But standing your ground. The fact that, shout out to Kyrie. The only thing I want that young man or that brother to do is hold his ground. Stand your ground. This message he may never hear the light of day of this message. But essentially, these are the athletes or the type of players, if we just must have our children to be like, quote unquote, celebrities, this type of celebrity you would put them down and say, because this shows you boundaries. This shows you can't be bought. See, some of y'all see poor people make poor choices. Poor people make poor decisions. And you can have money. Guess what? I'm not talking about just poor from a financial standpoint. Some of y'all, that's all y'all could think about. Is having money to sustain and just be a puppet in this system. I don't care how many crystals you put up, or how many prayers, or how this or that you are. You still a slave. If your mind not on liberation and building something for your generations, teaching your children that they do have choices, that they do have power. Poor people make poor choices. Now, all of these NBA players, they got plenty of money. But the poor choices they making is that they're 100, let's see, it's more than $40 million slaves at this point. $100 million slaves. $200 million. LeBron is $1 billion slave. So money is, money is important. I'm not going to be one who wants to say money is not important. Yes, if you want to survive in this matrix or have a chance in this matrix, money is important. But to spread your butt cheeks and just not have standards, do whatever you can do, that's what's not important. That's what's not cool. Some of us, man, we'll stab people in the back, man. I've seen all kind of treason. People, in these poor choices, people do whatever because they just trying to get ahead. And if you don't know yourself, all we talk about is know thyself, know thyself. But how much deeply do you know yourself? If you can't hold the line, if a lot of these cats, I tell them, I say, we can't be reading the same books. Y'all got to be reading blank pages. Because a lot of people, I'm gonna show you a book. Everybody want to screenshot and say, "Oh, I read this book right here, Blueprint for Black Power by one of the greatest thinkers ever, Nana." And when we say Nana, that means great teacher, wise teacher, Nana Amos Wilson. You see plenty of brothers and sisters. I know a couple of them that take all kind of pictures with this book. It's just a prompt. But as Nana Steve Coakley once told us, behavior is an indication of knowledge or an indicator of knowledge. So many of these people run around talking about know thyself and do this and do that. And, and it's funny that they red flag challenge. Because I said, boy, we can find 1,000 challenges to do. What about a liberation challenge? What about a build your own business challenge? build a sustainable business to hire your people. What about that kind of challenge? But no, we do silly, mean, and pointless challenges, red flags where we say all this crazy stuff. Oh, if he got kids over here and he don't do this, red flag. If she got this over here and she don't do this, red flag. Let's get deeper into the red flag challenge thing. How many of us still see them red flags but still go? I know I saw plenty of them. I see plenty of them. But sometimes what we do, we ignore them because we kind of want what we want. We think we can change those red flags. No, they're red for a reason. So I posted and I said, is being forced to take this vaccine or having a vaccine forced on us, that's not a red flag? Nobody likes that one. Nobody likes the red flag when you have to think. Plenty of reasons I don't trust. I'm not even gonna get into Tuskegee because some things we overuse. And no, Tuskegee, that's a valid one. But the reason I say not to trust because of the level of brutality. Stephen A. Smith is a treasonous Negro. And he's just a shame. He's just a shame for the type of just Negro he is. But he has no shame. So like I was saying in my last video, in John Gruden being a racist, which he is, he gets called the rubber tire lips. So he instantly Roger, am alive? Okay. But
let me go to the doctor.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Shout out to Roger. But yeah, he gets caught calling a black man rubber tire lips, making just jabs at black features. And what does Stephen A. Smith, as he stirs up the Sambo sauce? I've never seen that type. Because this is what they do when they spread their butt cheeks for their white daddy. He's never been nothing but a stand-up. So we sweep this under the rug, and this is what Kwame Brown talks about. They sweep that under the rug. That's looked at. He shouldn't be. Now, check this out. He's in charge of predominantly coaching black men. But Negroes like that say, oh, he shouldn't lose his job. Shannon Sharp with his old tight clothes wearing too. He said the same thing. I don't think he should lose his job. But definitely Stephen A. Smith, they've been calling for Kyrie to lose his job for the longest. See, we get mad at these boys and some of these fathers, I'm glad y'all are in y'all children's life. So I'm not gonna say nothing to if you are in your children's life and you pushing them to be them into this league. That stuff is over with. This is how we continue to breed, as Nona Dale Jones say, the American nigger factory. It makes niggas. We our young boys, and they showing us what they gonna do to our boys when they simply stand up for themselves and have an interest of their own. Andrew Wiggins, if we go back and read what that young man said, he said he felt violated. He basically felt violated. He felt forced. Because we teach our boys, because guess what? A lot of them, not all, but a lot of them come from poverty-stricken homes. So you got the weight of your family. You got the weight of your city in most cases on your back. To be a provider at the age of 18, 19, and on up. So we train them. So we get mad at the outcome of a Floyd Mayweather when all he gives a damn is about boxing and money. We get mad at the athletes when they are football players or basketball because that's what we breed. To get out there and make white daddy his money. We care about getting white daddy his next championship. Jamil Hill, she sits up there and says, Kyrie is ruining the chance of, and this was in Steven Jackson. And Steven Jackson, you took your post down, homie. Y'all gotta keep that same energy. Y'all step out here and y'all say this stuff, then y'all take y'all stuff down. And he came up with it, and Jamil Hill jumps in his comments and says, Kyrie is hurting their chances to win a championship. Not thinking about hurting the chances of what he putting in his body. Nobody thinking. We just trust this system, this same system that don't give a damn about us and have proven for generation after generation. We sit up here and we watch 42. We sit up here and we watch that movie 42, and we watch what he went through to play in this league, play in the white man's league. See, and that's why I said, and I'm pushing this more to stop teaching our children about black first, because this is what the double consciousness does, or this mental dichotomy does. It tells you, the mental dichotomy tells you, because that's a split in your brain, and you're having a fight with your thoughts. So it's always a constant contradiction in what you're thinking and what you're saying. 1 minute we sitting up here, and I'm only talking about so-called woke people in this instance. I'm not talking about people that don't possess consciousness. I'm talking about people that walking around saying, I'm woke. I've been woke. I know myself. I know thyself. We'll sit up here and say integration, and we keep running the same Martin Luther King. I fear I integrated my people. I'll tell you, boy, we are parrots, boy. We are Martin Mama Birds, boy. We are Mama Birds, my Mama Birds. We sit up here and we just keep saying the same stuff over and over and over. Martin Luther King said he feared he integrated to a burning house. And we sit up here and we say integration was the worst thing ever happened to us, right? But then we teach our children to push it and be proud of the first black people to be integrated into this system. Am I making sense? Think. The first black, we 2021, and we keep saying when it comes to homosexuality, it's 2021, as if that matters. I don't care what year it is. It ain't gonna be acceptable this year. It ain't gonna be accepted the next year. It ain't gonna be accepted the year after that. When it comes to me, hold the line. I don't care if it's 2025. I am not allowing my children to sit up here and talk about or watch homosexuality as something to be proud of. It's not. Transgenderism is nothing to uplift. I'm sorry, it's not. It's confusion. So, I loop all of that back around to say you got Negro men like Stephen A. Smith that, totally sweet. And I'm gonna show you the white man's superiority. Go back and look at John Gruden's quote unquote apology. He said, he basically like, hey, I don't want to talk about this. Same thing with this critical race theory. When we got people running around talking about critical race theory, and these black conservatives, they're not dumb. They're stupid, but they're not dumb. Because Candace Owens is not a dumb female. She's not dumb at all. Very stupid in her stance of how she back and forth. They got a young one, CJ Pearson, 18 years old. And the reason I'm bringing this up because they've been deculturalized. See, we don't understand the importance of an African mind, of an African worldview, of your African asili, A-S-I-L-I, in the words of Mama Marimba, Nana Marimba Ani. Your asili, your essence. We have a shared essence. We Americans with the white man. Everybody else have their own culture that's specific for them. We have a shared one. Then we got these idiots that run around and say, well, we been here. We been here. Y'all inhale all the crack smoke, I promise. Y'all suck it all up. We been here. Come on. Think. We got to train our children to be thinkers. Educating your children. Generate wealth. You get what I'm saying? There's plenty of reasons. This country has never had your interest in anything, your best interest in anything, flat out. I don't care about that Sambo Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't care about Shaq. I'm no longer a Laker fan. I'm no longer caught up a religion. Let me tell you something. I used to be terrible. I used to be a religious fanatic. A sports fanatic. I was the biggest Laker fan you would find in Atlanta. And then it just became not so important to me. Once I began to read and understand, that's why I always say reading saved my life. You know, when they back to this red flag with females or people, but I'm talking about females in this instance, is when I read, I just have an inner you're lazy. See, we got to read these books. But it goes beyond the books. We can't just stay in the books. That's like you got a quarterback or a point guard. They both are extensions of your coaches, right? So you got your quarterback, and he said, I don't need to study the playbook, inner knowing. Get what he finna get out there and do? He finna get out there and get sacked. He gonna throw interception because he don't know how to read his defense. He don't know how to opponent. So, you know what I'm saying? We kind of just want to know certain things. People teach you stuff. You got all of these YouTube, Instagram gurus that all want to teach you just like the obvious, but nobody teach you about your cultural. You know, we need culture. Even the Euro tells you in a Blueprint for Black Power, when it talks about what is it called? I got my notes right here. Hold on, let me go to my notes. Sometimes I be having what I call them knowledge overload. But this is why we got to write down stuff. And I will tell you exactly what chapter it's in. And that's why it's like, real geniuses like Steve Coakley. You know, a lot of people, they try to kind of discredit Steve Coakley. but he's really a genius. Ethnocentrism. Wow, I remember that. I know that too. Ethnos, and what that is, in a sense, you had two Euros that tell you, even they know, that ethnocentrism is like your yardstick. It's like nationalism or just your cultural understanding. But ethnocentrism is it's a yardstick of how you measure against other cultures, good and bad, what's appropriate according to this. See, we don't want to have, we just want to, we still like, we're like old children because we still say, I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to have this, I want to do. Let me tell you, to really build, we are, in fact, rhetorical ethic is what it's called, where we just kind of want to fantasize or romanticize about actual liberation. We don't want to actually do it. Because to actually do it, it means you got to be held accountable. You got to set standards. You got to set boundaries. You have to make a lot of people uncomfortable. So we really don't want that. We kind of just want to kind of talk, and we kind of want to sell some stuff, and we want to take trips, and we want to go over to other countries, and we want to go to Africa, but we want to take this mindset to Africa. We want to take our undisciplined. We want to take our undisciplined penises, our undisciplined vaginas to Africa. They got enough. They got their own mental side and issues over there. So a lot of times what really need to be done, I kind of look back with a raised eyebrow and say, do the majority of our people really understand the amount of shadow work within that we really have to embody? You can't fake your way through this. You have to be really dedicated. We are afraid of words like dedication, consistency. We don't want to be consistent. Just checking the message. But yeah, and I said I wasn't going to kind of go too long, but and I'm going to share these videos, honestly. Because I look, and most of my videos don't even have views, because guess what? Don't nobody even know they exist. Sometimes I think, we're so caught up in the numbers game. Sometimes a lot of the real hard pages and the hard minds, they don't have a lot of views. Because we're not popular. People follow, like I always say, people follow the popular, they don't follow the real. People follow the trendy. So we kind of want to have these like sub pockets. We want to have these sub pockets of blackness. All the way back. And I'm talking about, like I said, I'm woke people. So many of these uncompromising dudes, making all these, differences and excuses for Dave Chappelle. No, he has a other as a wife. It is what he said makes sense? Yes. But they ain't said nothing. No, none of the other real warriors haven't ever said. And that's not to take away from it. But I think we just always want to get behind somebody. We always looking for somebody to champion us. We always looking for Kevin Samuels to champion us. Oh, he says what's real. Man, that's a jigaboo. He a girly man that just, what qualifies him? He ain't married. He been, once, twice? How many times? He don't even understand how to do what he's trying to tell everybody else. This is the thing of, we're following people that don't even understand how to do what they're telling you. At least attempt to do correct. You don't even have a successful relationship, dude. He's gonna die alone, or he's gonna die some female that really just don't care because he's a trick. So he's gonna die with females that really just see him as a bag, or as an opportunity to themselves or their platforms up. Because he's too feminine. Can't no feminine man lead you nowhere. No effeminate, soft man leads you nowhere. In this, no. Now he can, to teach you to be a conservative and stay within the matrix. Yeah, oh yeah, they can do that. But we either want off the plantation or we want a better side. That's essentially what all of these. We've been here. We ain't black. We Moors. That's essentially what it is. We just want different. They just want different positions on the slave ship. Actually, think that this beast cares about their sovereign status and the letter to the from the Sultan of man. They don't care nothing about that. These are brutal people. These are people that kill for nothing, letting on something. And I think sometimes we don't really understand our enemy. Also, with knowing thyself, know thy enemy. We kind of think this enemy don't change. So I make people uncomfortable. There's certain levels that I'm not involved in because I'm too much of a quote unquote high risk because of the things I say. And to be clear, it's never me shooting off at the mouth. It's never me trying to do something. It's what got to be done. You want black men that just look good, that are the image, that really never shake up nothing. And I'm listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying everybody got to be like me because every warrior is different. Sometimes you have to be a real silent warrior. Sometimes you got to know yourself, and in knowing yourself, you know what type of gift you have in you. So sometimes you can't put a bottle cap on a volcano. At some point, it's going to erupt. You get what I'm saying? We got plenty of reasons why we are pissed off. Last point before I get out of here. If Tom Brady was standing like how Kyrie was, what do we think? What do we think would be kind of the outcome? How would Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, how would they be talking? How do we think they would be talking? You think Stephen A. Smith would be saying all this, coming back, making rebuttals like he's just so tired? Like he just really got something to talk about. No, guess what he would be being called? A patriot. A patriot. American. This is what America's on, to stand your ground and freedom of speech and all of this. They wouldn't beat their golden boy up the way they doing Kyrie. And I said, I was like, it's sad we got more black males that are that rode with R. Kelly and made excuses and defended R. Kelly than Kyrie Irving. Do we understand the level we at in black masculinity? They've been castrated. Eunuchs. This thing is about us against other males. It's not about us versus our women. It's about us versus other males of other cultures. That's all it's about. Those are the ones who we're supposed to be fighting, not our women. We in the Shazar Harzad Ali, who tender dicks and panders to black men and never let them have accountability. Talking about black women gave up the right for the black man for this. See, that stuff be at slanted angles. We never addressing the real cause of the destruction of the reason that that woman is even in place to get government housing. There was no government housing before the coming of the Europeans, the coming of the Arabs, the coming of the Jews, the coming of everybody else. You address the plight. You address the whole thing. Don't address that narrative. It seems like it's the woman against the man. Now, has that woman been used as a pawn against the black man? Absolutely. Are there treacherous black women? Absolutely. Black females, because a woman is a real destination, like a man. Those terms are used too loosely. Absolutely. So I'm not making a case of saying women are perfect. I'm not saying females or males are perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we pointing the gun at the wrong person. Notice when sellouts like Jesus go over there to that old cricket head Jenny Mine, ain't nothing being said. He found happiness. But he couldn't find, because they want the socialization process that they're taking us through is that no black woman is worthy. Pay attention. Black women are unworthy. They just unruly. They just can't get right. Black men can't do this, can't do that. Look at the narrative that they've taught us to paint on ourselves. But you go over there, these white men, oh, they all right. Get your Chinese man, oh, he all right. Black man, get your other woman, she's all right. Those Kardashian are treacherous bitches. But how many black men just really ride on them? How many times have Kevin said on them? And if I'm wrong, show me. If I don't know, because I don't watch him. Show me a video where he talking down on specific other. He won't even say Jew. Show me a video. That's when he got some real nuts. When you can speak and say that guess what? He always say, I don't want to upset the algorithms. He got fear. When they say, I smell pussy. Everybody, it's okay. It's okay to have a fear. But fear can't be your agenda. It's okay to get a little nervous. It's okay to get a little scared. But you got to speak it even if your knees are shaking when you saying what you saying. Everybody got them. We human. Except for white folks. They not human. They ain't even humane. And I struggle because it's like always we have to put up, us as Africans or black men, we got to put up our political stance. We can't never let nobody know how we feel. But every other man can walk around and say how he feel. White man can say how he feel to be an American. He proud to be an American. A Jew is proud to be a Jew. But we the only ones always told to hide it because we are a target once we say we strong and we African. Hey, I was a target when I was born. When you got this skin, you're a target. Ain't no easy way out of this. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm getting phone calls in Texas. And I hope many people, I probably got to just share the video. But I hope, somebody listen to this and always share it. I don't mind. There's stages of growth that I'm still going through. In my 4.0. So I leave you as I always greet you as a BB448, African liberation for African people, for everybody else. Peace.